Morning, Callie.
Morning, Chris.
Oh, isn't it lovely? The sun's shining, the birds are singing.
Yeah, really lovely. We seem to have been catapulted into summer, it feels, almost.
Yeah, and yet we've managed to get all our cameras to work without being bright sun shining on them.
Exactly. Oh, and we got lovely reading today, haven't we?
We have. Hope you all had a good Easter. I enjoyed celebrating Jesus Christ risen from the dead, and we now have several readings coming weeks all about the work that Jesus did after he'd risen from the dead, showing people that he'd risen. And today's reading actually showing how he welcomes back those who get it wrong.
Wonderful. Shall I read?
Go for it.
So it's John chapter 21 from verse 15. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." A second time, Jesus said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to Jesus, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter felt hurt because he said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And Peter said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Very truly, I tell you, when you were younger, you used to fasten your own belt and to go wherever you wished. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will fasten a belt around you and take you where you do not wish to go." He said this to indicate the kind of death by which he would glorify God. After this, Jesus said to him, "Follow me."
This is a really good passage. I'm not going to call it a favourite because you can't really have favourite passages in Bibles, but there are bits that you think actually are really important. And, this passage is known as the restoration of Peter. Remember, this is Peter who denied Jesus when he'd been arrested 3 times, and the cock crowed, and Peter went out and wept because Jesus had predicted that he was going to deny him. And so all that hurt, the 3 times denial, actually we have the 3 statements about "do you love me," the 3 times to match. And I love it because it's a great passage that says, "You got it wrong, welcome back. Oh, you got it wrong, I'm still going to put my arms around you and bring you back." And it's a great part of Christianity, is that we don't have to be the perfect Christian to follow Jesus. We don't have to never, ever, ever get anything wrong again to follow Jesus. When we listen to Jesus, we listen to Simon Peter. Here we can have Jesus says, "You know I love you." Peter, Jesus just says, "Come back in the fold. You got it wrong. We'll get it right next time. Come back in the fold." He did the same last week when we were talking about doubting Thomas. He didn't tell Thomas off for doubting. He just said, "Here you go. Here's my scars. Come back in the fold."
And I love the fact that these stories appear here with resurrected Jesus. It just shows the importance of the cross and the resurrection, and how that it is the cross and the resurrection that restores us. It is that restores us. It's the fact that Jesus has done that for us. And I love the fact that this passage, there's a liturgy to it. It's very liturgical. That 3 times. Peter doesn't get it. He's just frustrated that Jesus is repeating, "Do you love me?" But actually, it's a liturgy. he needs to say that. He needs to turn to Christ. He needs to declare that he loves Jesus. And
we use these 3 times liturgies quite a lot, don't we?
yeah, we
Because we often
do.
have
We do.
the Kyries for our confession is
Yes.
based on this 3 times.
Yes.
The baptism, all the
Trinitarian.
baptism promises are sets of 3.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
I guess if I was a good, clever theologian, I'd know the significance of the number 3. Do you know
Well, I
anything
think it's
about
the
it?
Trinity. It's being drawn into God's love, Trinitarian love. I think it's that.
There we go. We got super academic Callie with us today.
I don't think it's academic. I don't think it's, well, it probably, maybe it's like, I don't know. It to me it's experiential, actually. It's
Yeah.
experiencing the love of the Trinity. It's yeah, and it's liturgy. It's, you know, I'm very prayerful. And I wonder, I'd love to know, I wonder how Peter must have reflected on that so many times, that conversation. Um, that must have given him such strength for a very difficult ministry. And of course, as the passage alludes to, he dies horribly. He's led where he doesn't want to go, to a horrible death. But
Yeah. That with, I mean, it wasn't in this passage here today about Peter, was it? It must have been in one of the other Gospels where Jesus said to him, "You are my rock, and on this rock I will build my church."
mm,
And where is one of the world's biggest churches now?
mm, mm,
On the rock where Peter was buried, i.e., the Vatican in Rome.
mm.
And, that's obviously all in our minds at the moment with the passing of the Pope. But, when Jesus said, "On this rock I will build my church," and you've got the St. Paul's Basilica, St. Peter's Basilica there, it's a real significant statement, actually, that Jesus is still around today, and this isn't just an ancient book of fiction.
And the restoration of Peter is for a purpose: feed my sheep, feed my
Yeah.
lambs. Peter had a calling, an important calling.
Yeah, and that's something we carry on, isn't it? And got to remember, the sheep here aren't the sheep on the field where we're all called to go out and give them a bale of hay. It's actually the sheep are the people who believe in Jesus, and the people that Jesus created. And we do all that we can to feed them and tend them and look after them.
And
And
that's probably why you love that passage so much, Chris? I love the passage as well because we certainly, I will speak of myself. I know I fall short all the time. I need the restoration that Jesus can give me, to pick myself up, dust myself down, and try better next time and fail again.
well, it
And
is, and that's why I think weekly church is important.
yes.
Because it picks us up again. Or somebody I was speaking to last week was saying how they really value midweek church as well. Going to church twice a week. It's, we stumble, we fall over. And remember, when Jesus washed people's feet, he said to Peter, again, "I only need to wash your feet, not all of you, not the whole body, just your feet." And that's what we're doing in church every Sunday. We're saved in the waters of baptism, but our confession every week is, "Oh, I've fallen over, I've got it wrong," and Jesus is bringing us back in again. So the next time you say the Kyries in church, we can be mindful that this is Jesus saying he loves us
Restoring us.
and restoring
And
us.
the feed my sheep, also the idea of all of us needing to be fed and needing to be resourced. And when you were referring just now to the washing of feet, that line of Jesus to Peter, unless you allow me to wash your feet, you'll have no part with me, no share in what I'm doing. We all need to be fed. We all need to have our feet washed and to be resourced, and then we can go out and feed others in Jesus' name.
It's also why, I mean, literally so many food banks in this country are run by the churches.
Mm.
that is the church feeding the people of God, feeding the people, because we're all from God in our opinions. It's a lovely passage, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It's a lovely passage.
Yeah, and dear viewer, this is only half the passage that we've got for the gospel this Sunday. We've got just as much excitement in the rest of it to come, but we figured we'd spare you all of that for Rev Chat on a Thursday morning or whenever you're listening.
Yeah, and there's a lovely account beforehand of the disciples being fed on the beach with fish, the barbecue on the beach, which is lovely.
So do feel free to come and see everybody on Sunday morning, wherever you are, and feel fed yourself.
Absolutely, and enjoy this wonderful Easter season, the joy of it all, and isn't it lovely that we get to celebrate with fabulous weather? Everything's looking really lovely, and yeah, it's super to be in this resurrection season, this Easter season.
Brilliant. Well, thank you one and all. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and come and see us on Sunday or wherever you are on Sunday. Have a blessed festival of the restoration of Peter and feeding, and don't forget to eat your fish on Friday.
Lovely. Enjoy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.